Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 of the 30-day challenge where I'll be recreating some thumbnails which are challenging to make. So today's thumbnail is from Slide Beam. So this is the thumbnail, right? We don't need any assets for this thumbnail. We can directly draw from shapes and all. Let's get started without wasting any time. I'll create a frame quickly. As you know, the size of the frame 1920 by 1080. Let me change it to day 5 and let's get started. So what I need to do is I'll divide the frame into half using a rectangle. So just like this, 1920, and the height should be 1080. Now let's move it to the center. What we can do is we can perform a division operation over here only. So Figma supports division. So 1920 by 2, just press enter and it will do the calculation for you. So this will be the black part and this will be the white part. So let's just make it black and let's lock this layer. We'll come to this part later. First of all, we'll draw this one, right? The white one. So we have to draw a graph. So for drawing a graph, we can draw with a pen tool, right? We can start from here and we can go something like this. As you know, the movement of stock market, it will go like this, this. It's a continuous movement, right? So we can do it like this by not a straight line. Let's just keep drawing points. Sorry. Let's just draw it again and again. And I think we have reached the peak. Let's drop it. Now I think this is looking fine. Okay, so our .com bubble is ready. So the graph of .com looks like this. So now for the red part, right? What we can do is, first of all, we'll increase the weight of this graph. The weight is something like this. And now let's just copy this graph and edit it from here to here. We'll delete all this stuff. And from here to here, we'll delete. Now at this point, we will delete from here. Yes. Okay, so now we have got one more line. Let's color it red. Let's move it to the top of this graph. So now we have a red line too for the .com bubble. Okay, so for the AI bubble, let's create this again. So the stroke color is black. Let me change the stroke color to white. Then we'll redraw. Let's delete this line and let's start drawing again. So the AI bubble is going way up than the .com. So we can start drawing from here. Okay. And AI bubble will slightly move up faster because you guys know in the AI race, everybody is investing. So it will move. And I think we are good to go. Let's drop this graph again. Okay, so our AI graph is ready. Now we need this red area, right? So for that thing, what I'm going to do is I'll just duplicate this graph. Let's edit it and let's delete all of this till here and let this remain as it is and move it to the top of its graph. Let's change the stroke to red. And now we aren't good to go, right? Because we need that area. So what I'll do is I'll re-edit this graph and select the pen tool and add something like this. But there's one problem, right? This red area is visible too. The red strokes are visible, so we'll just undo this and let's copy one more time this graph now and put it over the top, and let's add that thing into this one. So let's start drawing from here and we'll something do like this. Okay, okay, and this looks good. Let me move it out of the frame and let's now for this graph, let's remove the stroke and add a fill. So now it looks like this. What I'll do is I'll quickly fill it with red. Let's change it to a gradient. As you can see, this gradient is red and this one is some darker shade of red. What we can do is we can change it to black and let's just reduce its opacity to 0. As you can see, now we have what we were trying to do. But since this white line is not visible, let's move this vector 5 below vector 3. So now we have what we wanted. Since this is not looking good, let's add one more point over here, one over here, and another over here. Now we have that perfect graph that we wanted, and we can see that area, right? So this looks very good. And if we want, we can, I think, change the weight of this one only. Nope, everything is changing. We can delete this point and add one more point, as well as we have to delete this one too. Now let's add one more point, but not inside this line. It should not be connected. Let's just add it over here and let's reduce its weight to somewhat 3. And we can see now the line is a little bit shorter as we want it. Also, let's reduce the opacity of this line to somewhere near 70 or 65. Okay, now this is giving the perception that it's fading out of a frame. So now our both graphs are ready. Let's group them. Let's group this one first and let's group this one again. Okay, so this group is outside our frame. Let's move it inside. And now for the text part, let's add text. Let's write .com. But since we are going to add our touch, what I'll write is other thumbnails. So this is a comparison between thumbnails and it is showing something. So let's just change the font size to 96 and let it make it black. But I don't want the font to enter. I'll change it to Roboto. So now Roboto looks good. Let's just move this group a little bit upwards. All we can do is change it to this and let's make it center. Yes, central looks good. Move it upwards and let's add something over here. Let's add this tier only 2000 or 2000, let's say 15. And the age of AI, 2025 or 26 we are predicting for the next year. Let's change the fill to white and let's move it here to for AI thumbnails. Let's just do it like this and we are good to go. Let's add some arrows. We need arrows, right? So we need arrows like this. Let's search in Iconify if we have arrows. But in the last video I searched for arrows, so arrows are already present. Let's search for curve arrows. Okay, we have some. I think this will work. So let's import this one. Import it as a frame. It is imported here. Let's just close Iconify and move this icon out of its frame and delete the frame. Now we have our arrow. Let's add it here. Change its orientation and rotate it a little bit. Maybe increase the size. Yes, and let's change its color to red. Similarly, we are going to arrange this icon over here for our AI thumbnails too. And we'll show it like it is at its peak. So for AI thumbnails, I'm going to change it like this. And let's add it over here. And let's just reduce the font size from 96 to 64 or something in between 96 and 64. 74 will do. So now our thumbnail is almost ready. We just need this line, this fine line and this shadow. So for that fine line, we'll add a rectangle. Just place it here and reduce the size to almost 20 pixels. Okay, I'll reduce it to 15 pixels. So 15 will do good. Let's change its fill to white and let's just add effects, drop shadow, and the X section should be -4 pixels. So let's add some opacity. We'll reduce the opacity and add the blur. So now we have that exact thumbnail which we were trying to remake and it's ready. But that is it for today, guys. Please subscribe to Creator Sauce and like this video. Share this to your friends who are eager to learn how to design complex YouTube thumbnails. More thumbnails are coming each day. Take care. Bye bye.